Alrighty, I will be removing the SC400 climate control and removing this LCD right here because it's all burnt out. I'm going to do it step by step. Alright, first things first, I'm going to remove the screws. I think there's four, one here, and then I believe it's one here, and then one here. Alright, so once it's all removed, the four screws, there's a little thing right here, like a little nudge, and then this little hook here. So if we just open it up just a tad bit, take it out, see it comes off. Go to the other side as well. That comes off. Alright, just be a little careful. Yankees. Alrighty, comes. Alrighty, look at that. Comes off. Alrighty, the next thing we gotta do is we gotta go through here, under here, and then if you see those, you gotta remove those two screws. One right there, and one right there. Now I'll take those off, and then once we do that, we gotta get a pry tool and then go all the way around all of these in circles. Here, around here. So yep, I'll get started on that. Car is pretty old. Nice, nice, nice. Here we go, gents. I made a mistake. It's actually these plugs that need to be removed, not this. This.
Use all that IT power.
Yeah.
Homeowner.
Right. The next one will be the two bolts, right here, side there. And I think right there, yeah, both those two. Alright, the next thing is that we need a pry tool, and then there's these little brackets here that we need to go here and pop out. There's four of them. This in there. So that they pry out. So we gotta pry it out that way. So I'll show you. So just pry it out just a little bit. And then at the same time, push up so that one side comes out. See the side's coming out already. And then the next side as well. You gotta do the same thing. Push that. Up and push out. Here we go. And then there. Voila. Be careful with that. Alright, the next step would be removing this screw and this screw right there. This thing's in the way. I'll show you how to remove that as well, but it's that one right there. Okay, and then the other one is that we have to gently, okay, where this is right here, we need to gently remove that. So I'll show you just real quick. Alright, so with it focus, you just need to do it nice and slow. You'll see it. You can put it back. So just gently. You can even use your hand as well, but just be gentle with it. Oh, it's out of focus again. There you go, see that? The tab. So you take it out. Alright, on to the next steps. Okay, I don't know if you can remove this as well. So, but you can remove the green one. You just need to be careful, like the two ends here, and then nudge it just little by little. Okay, little by little, and it comes off like so. Right, so smooth, taken out there. And now we got access to the pins. Look at that. As you can see in the background, I moved areas. That's because it's the next day, and also I'll need a vent to do some soldering. So you'll need a soldering tool so that we can start desoldering these pins right here. Okay, so you'll need that. So these rows of pins, I'm gonna tell you how many there are once I start counting them, but these pins right here, yep, these, so that the LCD can come off. You can see there. Go. But before that, fully, when you get started, the last things we need, the last screws that we need to remove are this screw right there, and then this screw right here. When it focuses, yep, that screw. So that once all of this is desoldered, it just comes right off. So let's get started. Alright, I did it for the first pin. I can't really have it focused, but there's no more solder in it. I'm gonna give you a closer picture of it in the video, but you should melt the solder. Once the solder is melted, you just use the tool and then you just suck it up, and that should remove it. You have to do this, unfortunately, 40 times because there's 40 pins. So 40 pins it is. Alright, one more thing, make sure you guys are in a well ventilated area. I got a vent tube right here to vent out all the fumes, so I'm golden. So let's get started. Alright, I removed most of the solder, but the thing is there's still a little bit in each one of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these here so that I can use this to take it out one by one. So that's what I'm going to do. Alrighty. Well, that's one way. Look at that. That's one way to remove it, but we still need to clean out the area. So we can remove that. And then now go back here and solder it off. Alright, I got all of them removed. Took a while. I didn't know that much how to desolder it that well, but now I just gotta clean the areas. It's all black and stuff, so I gotta clean it. So yep, that's my next thing. Wish me luck. Alrighty, so I cleaned it the best as I can, and it's looking pretty good, Alright, I think the next thing now is to start desoldering the bulbs here, these 3 bulbs that light up the LED. There's like a little, I don't know if I can focus that well, see those silver lines right there? I think it would be best if I did it again where I clip it off and desolder it so that I can just like take off the pins as well while I'm desoldering. So yeah, see how it goes. Okay, so all three of the light bulbs are off. So they're in like this container here, and when I bought the LCD it came with these, okay, the lights. Can't really see them here, it won't like focus if I go too far. Yeah, so what happens is that the wires, these wires are like coiled up here so that it stays there. So I'm just gonna copy that. I'm gonna remove the wire from it and then remove the bulbs. So yeah. Cut it off. Okay. I'm trying to make it straight so that it comes out much better. Cut it. Okay. And the best thing is, like, I don't have that much grip, and what I did was just I holded the black part of it, and then I took the little blue little grommets that was in these light bulbs and I just put halfway, and then I squeezed it and then I pulled it out just like that. And you can do it to all three of them. So yeah. All right, to put the bulbs here, you just need to take the wires and then put it through the two holes there. I'll show a picture of it as well. I can't really focus, but I'll put a picture. All you gotta do is that. There, best I can, is just make sure it's snug in there. Okay, or matter of fact, actually, just to verify, snug enough to go like that. Okay, so that we can loop this around. Okay, loop it around. I think you have to loop it around twice. Loop it around again. Okay, might be wrong, but no, I think I'm right. Yeah, because the other one was looped around. Looped around, and then there's a little indent there that you can put so that it's straight. There. So it's like that. Okay. Like so. I'll take a picture of it, and then you just repeat it on the other one. Yep. Alright, I got it finished on both sides. Looks golden. Alright, the next thing we're gonna do is that we're gonna put this back, okay, here, so that the LCD sits flat on here, and you can put the pins there. Well, make sure you clean this off first before you put it back in. So you just, same as before, make sure everything is good. You got the two screws, and you put it back here. Yep. All right. Alright, I think I did a decent job soldering it back. Just make sure that you don't put too much solder or the solder's touching the other one. We don't want that. So I checked it and none of them are touching each other and they're perfectly fine. They're good. Thank goodness. Now, I'd say the hard part is over. Alright, so right now I'm going to put it all back together. You can do the same thing with these ones. I just I didn't buy any of this and they still work. I know I should replace them, but I'm going to go I'm going to disassemble this again anyways, for like the radio and all that, so if it ever goes out and have time and money, I'll replace these bulbs. But right now they're working, but the only ones that are not working is these bulbs right here. They're pretty easy to remove. All you gotta do is a flathead, and you just twist it counterclockwise on all of them, and yeah, and then they come right out. Same thing here with the grommet. I'm gonna replace these with like LEDs and then also remove these blue, because I believe the LEDs are too bright and this will help diffuse that. And that's bright. So yeah, it's best just nudge them. I'm gonna replace this with LEDs. I could replace them with these, but let's not do that. Let's go with all LEDs, except for, of course, the one that I replaced earlier. That's the one that I had currently, and if it claps out, if I don't like it, I'll come back here again and solder different ones, better LEDs. But these kind of stuck here. Maybe some lubricant, it comes off nice, but just be careful, we don't want this blue stuff to tear. So usually I find an opening here, hopefully got some nails, and then just nice and gently comes out. Okay, so now I'm gonna put in the new LED light bulbs into this area here. These three. I got these ones. Alright, so I got all of them back in there. Last step is just put it all back together and plug it in the car and hope it works. Alright, here I go. Alright, step by step, grab this back here, and then we're gonna take this here and we'll put it back right here. So what you're gonna do is be gentle and slowly nudge it in there, okay? Don't force it to the point where it bends. Just nice and slow. Take it easy with it. There you go, see? Alright, remember, it's this tiny screw here. Here. The silver one. Not the larger one, it's a little bigger. We don't want the biggest one. You'll see the difference. Oh shoot. My hand. See that? We want this one here. Okay? We want this here and here. And then the bigger ones, what I showed you, goes here and here. Don't forget that. I always forget these screws. Alright, now you can put this here. Yeah. But we're not done with this yet. Put that aside. Next thing would be this thing. Make sure there's nothing here. There's no debris or anything like that. Or the lenses here. Make sure that there's no debris, so that when you install it all, okay, there's just not going to be like hair or anything like that in here, alright? Make sure you remove the plastic, of course, and then make sure there's no debris on it, right? Oh God, I hope you work. And then here now, make sure you hear the snaps, because the 4 areas here where it needs to snap in. And then make sure these are, jeepers, these are aligned, all in the holes, okay? And then you should hear it. There, yeah. And then what you should see, yep, all of them. What you should see is that the board is there, on all 4 of them. Yeah. So yeah, yep. Ooh, wee. All right, next is putting this back with this guy. So just be careful. You can take these wires back into this right there. All right, this guy, to install it here, you needed to do it this way. Ta-da! Great success. All right, so now shoot, I'm excited. Let's find out. Let's find out right now. All right, the last and final part, once you have it all together, the last 2 small screws, because the rest are the 4, last 2 screws, baby, the smallest ones. The other 4 are for putting it back in there with the radio. Alrighty, completed. Yeah, that's how you do it, gents. How to repair this LCD. I'm excited. I'm gonna turn it on right now. Go in my car and try it on. There, all buttons are good. Alright. Alrighty, moment of truth. Will it work? Oh, I hope so. I put it back in there. Alright. Let's see it. LCD. Wait. Just a moment of silence. Ladies and gentlemen. Alright. Oh, yo boy can see it. Look at it. LCDs. Here. I think the thing is too much light. Here. Take that just out. You know what? Turn on the car, baby. Well, it wasn't that hard, but you can see it. It's nice and clear now. What about turning on the lights? What will you do? Oh! It works, baby! Look at that, it's more blue! I don't know if you can see that, gents. I'll learn camera quality much better later on, but she works. She works, darling. The LCD, this, I couldn't see it anymore before, but now, oh, she works. She works indefinitely. This lights, though. I gotta check that. Maybe buy something new, but the blue, baby, look at that. Ice blue, nice. And then I like it, still having there. Light, yep. This, yep. This, yep. That, yep. You see, yep. Oh yeah. And then turn it off. All right. All right. All right, everybody. If you're still with me, I'd like to say thank you for watching the tutorial for repairing the Lexus the SC climate control LCDs. I really appreciate it. If you can, just like and subscribe. Preferably more likes, because the thing is that I think I've almost clicked on every single SC like 400, SC300 YouTube videos around, and I'm seeing that it's quite old. And like, for instance, this LCD repair, there's not a lot of people have done it, and then they've done it, but it's kind of like terrible quality, and I kind of gotten a little sick about it. And like, there's not that much like love being put around with the SCs. So I want to start making these YouTube videos to fix these SCs, so that, I mean, I like the SC400s, I love them, but I like to see more on YouTube. Shoot, heck, if it filtered with me, all me, then that's fine. As long as it's like, I'd say a little bit good quality, and then the tutorials good enough for a DIY, because it took a while. Heck, I was making mistakes here as well. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope give a comment if you like me pointing at things with this guy, because I like it. It's like that, pointing it everywhere. And I'll get better with this camera. Yep. Alright guys, thank you.